welcome to the second video in my series of postnatal Pilates exercises. If you are in any doubt or have any questions about any of the exercises, first check through my first video where I go into a little bit more detail about the body after pregnancy, or I'm happy to answer any questions in the questions or comments section online. Okay, so we're going to start, a bit less talking this time, start off feet hip width apart. Okay, knees a little bit soft, just rocking forwards and backwards through the pelvis to come to your neutral position. Tucking the bottom under, sticking the bottom out, and then coming to that point in the middle. We're going to shrug the shoulders all the way up and all the way down as far as they'll go, and relax. Collarbones nice and wide. From here, tuck the chin in just a fraction, and we're going to squeeze through the pelvic floor, and we're going to draw in through those lower abdominal muscles around the level of the band on your leggings. So we're going to squeeze and at the same time draw in. So we're going to work with the breath. So breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Gently squeeze through the pelvic floor. Engage those lower abdominals. Breathe in to relax. Breathe out. Engage. Breathe in to relax. One more. Breathe out. Engage. Breathe in and relax. Now, just let your hands hang down by your sides as if you've got a big heavy weight in each hand. And we're just going to start off taking the neck to the side, bringing your ear down to your shoulder and feeling a lovely stretch down the side of your neck. And come to the middle and over to the other side. And come to the middle, and again, ear down towards shoulder. And then if you tuck your chin in just a fraction, you'll feel the stretch move to slightly further forward in the neck. And come to center, and the other side. Tuck the chin in, feel the stretch down the side. And come to center, roll the shoulders back. Nice big shoulder rolls. And come to rest. So check your posture, check your pelvis is in neutral. Now we're going to focus in on the ribs, breathing out. And gently drop the ribs down towards the hips. Okay, and relax. This time we're going to bring one arm up and down. As the arm comes up, the ribs stay down. So breathe out as the arm comes up. Don't let the ribs lift. From sideways on, you see as my arm comes up, my ribs stay down. What you don't want is as the arm comes up, you stick your chest out and you stick your bottom out. So we're focusing on keeping those ribs down as the arms move. Okay, now we're going to do both arms together. Bring the arms up and down. Each time the arms come up, focus on your rib cage. Keep the ribs down, keep those tummy muscles working to hold the ribs in place. Breathe out, ribs down, breathe in, relax. Out, ribs down, in, relax. You should also feel the work through the back of your shoulders, but not in your lower back at all. Last one. And float the arms out in front. Now, still focusing in on the rib cage, so keeping everything fixed in the middle. We're now going to get the arms going in opposite directions. So one goes up, one goes down, out to the side and back to the middle. Now, as the arms are moving in different directions, focus on the rib cage. Pelvic floor is engaged. Rib cage firmly held in place by those tummy muscles. Breathe out as the arms go away, in as they come back to center. Imagine that you're a Barbie doll. So the arms are moving, but nothing in the middle is moving. Your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor are keeping everything in the center held tight as the arms move freely. Last one, and down. Roll through the shoulders again and bring the arms up in front. So just have a quick posture check. Check that you didn't lose your beautiful neutral pelvis. Soft knees with the arms come up to the front, and we're just going to go into some spine twists. So from here, keeping the hips pointing forward, you're going to pull the arm back as if you're drawing a bow and reach behind and come forward, and on the other side. Breathe out as you go away and in as you come back. Each time you breathe out, squeeze through the pelvic floor, draw in through those lower abdominal muscles. Takes a bit of practice, particularly after the time they've had during pregnancy and childbirth, but it will come. Okay, last one each side. And relax down, roll through the shoulders. Okay, now this time we're going to take the feet slightly wider than hips, toes pointing out to about 45 degrees. Just have a little rock forwards and backwards through the pelvis, come to neutral. Okay, so we've still got good posture even in this position. Now from here, toes pointing out at 45 degrees, we're going to go down into a squat. Try not to take your knees over your toes. So if you look down, you should just be able to see your big toe either side. Don't let the knees collapse inwards. And then we're going to come up and squeeze on the way back up. So breathe out on the way down and in on the way up. Squeeze as you come up, squeeze through the bottom muscles. Make sure everything's working. Now this time we're going to stay down. One arm up, one arm down, and we're going to reach. Reach from your fingertip all the way down to your hip. And come back to the center and squeeze as you come up. And reach. You can take the shoulder back a little bit further, but don't let the ribs lift. Thinking about your tummy muscles even though you're doing squats. And reach. And send. And squeeze. Last one on this side. And center, and we're going to hold it down, keeping the knees out to the side. We're just going to pulse for 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the arm and reach to the other side. And back to the center. Make sure the knees are out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Right, walk your feet back in. Give the legs a little shake. And we're going to come on to a little bit of single leg work. So, spirit level back in place across the pelvis. We're going to bend one knee slightly and take the weight across. Now from here, you're going to float the foot up to just below the knee. And we're going to take the knee out to the side and back in. So you breathe out as the knee comes away. Breathe in to return. And 10. Bring the foot down. Give the legs a little shake. Reset the spirit level across your pelvis. Little bit of flex in the knee. Engage through those lower abdominals, through your pelvic floor. Float the other knee up. And off we go on the other side. Now you're using those strong tummy muscles to help you balance and keep you stable. 8, 9, and 10, and come down. Right. Now, final exercise in standing. Feet hip width apart, and we're going to go into our roll down. So I'm going to face sideways for this. Beautiful posture, pelvis in neutral, collarbones nice and wide, chin tucked in. We're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Engage through the pelvic floor, through the lower abdominals. Nod the head forward and start to peel down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Going to come all the way down as far as is comfortable for you. And when you get to the bottom, just going to nod your head as if you're saying yes, and shake your head as if you're saying no. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Engage through the tummy, through the pelvic floor, and start to restack. Coming up first through the hips, keeping a curve in your back, and then all the way up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, take the arms wide, pull your shoulder blades together, and look up. And back to the center, ready to go again. So breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Engage. Nod the head forward. And peel down through the spine. All the way down. Now this time when you get to the bottom, just letting the arms hang loose. They're going to circle round in one direction and in the other direction, heavy and floppy as if you were a rag doll. Let them just come to a rest. Deep breath in. Breathe out, re-engage through the tummy, through the pelvic floor, and start to restack. Hips first, tummy still drawn in, and all the way up through the spine. When you get to the top, arms come wide, shoulder blades come together, lift the chest, and back to the center. Ready for the last one. So breathe in to prepare, breathe out, engage, nod the head forward, and over we go. Okay, and when you get to the bottom, deep breath in and out, tummy engaged, pelvic floor working, and restack. Arms wide, lift, and back to center, and relax. Give everything a bit of a shake, and we're going to go down to the mat. Now, for this next section, all of the exercises can be done without a ball. However, if you have either a Pilates ball at home, we can use this to make the exercises a little bit harder. Lots of people don't have a Pilates ball at home, but that's not a problem. Kids softball does just as well. An old football, slightly deflated, so it's a bit squidgy and won't roll off all over the place. Or you could use a big puffy cushion or something like that. So I'm going to use a Pilates ball, but you can get creative, and anything that's just a bit squidgy, a little bit unstable, can help you progress these exercises without putting too much strain on your abdominals, but allowing you to work your core. Right, I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit so that you can see better. Okay. Now, the next couple of exercises I will do first of all without the ball and then with. So, first exercise we're going to do is called scissors. So starting from your neutral spine, so tuck your bottom under, stick your bottom out, and come to that position in the middle where there's a little gap between your lower back and the floor. Collarbones nice and wide, chin tucked in a little way, feet and knees hip width apart. Now from here, we're going to breathe in to prepare, breathe out, engage through the pelvic floor, through those lower abdominals, and float one leg up to the tabletop position. Breathe in to hold. Now as you breathe out, you're going to tap 1, 2, 3 times and come back up. So breathe out, tummy engage, pelvic floor working, 1, 2, 3, and come up. Now as you do this, the temptation is for your back to arch, your ribs to stick up, and a large gap to come under your lower back. So you're going to use those tummy muscles, you're going to keep engaged in the middle to hold everything firm. 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now to make it a little bit harder, take your ball, pop it under the leg that's not moving, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Breathe out to lift, in to hold, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, and in. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, and in. Now as you're doing this, you're focusing on those tummy muscles and keeping them engaged. So I'm going to swap legs. So the ball is now under the other foot. Again, If you either don't have a ball or you feel that having the other foot on a ball is just making you a bit wobbly in the middle and you can't keep that stable base, just go back to without. So I'm going to float the leg up and tap down, off we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, if it helps, just lightly put your fingertips on your tummy and check that your tummy muscles aren't pushing up. Okay, a couple more on this leg. One final adjustment you can make if you're happy with this and everything's staying nice and solid in the middle. Flex the foot, tap down with the heel. Ribs should be down. Last one. And relax. Bring one foot down then the other. Now we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Okay. And one foot on each knee, and you're just going to circle the knees round into the chest and out to the side. And the other direction. Okay, and bring the feet back on the floor. Again, for this next exercise, I'm going to give you the option of doing it with or without the ball under the supporting leg. So, quick recheck of the pelvis, tuck the bottom under, stick the bottom out, and find that neutral where there's just a little gap between your lower back and the floor. From here, we're going to float one leg up to tabletop, and we're going to draw circles with the knee. Okay, as if you had a laser pointer coming out of the top of your knee, and you're going to draw circles on the ceiling. So you're going to draw 5 in one direction and 5 in the other. Every time you breathe out, engage through your lower abdominals, through your pelvic floor, and 5. So the idea is that your tummy button is pointing straight up at the ceiling the whole time. So that as the legs are going, your belly button stays absolutely still. It's not wobbling around from left to right, and you're using your tummy muscles to control what's happening in the middle. Okay, and the other direction. Now again, for those of you who are finding this quite easy, pop the foot on top of the ball and see if you can keep that stability in the middle, even when your supporting leg is still wobbling around a bit. Okay, and relax. Right, now, next exercise we're going to do is some bridging. So we're going to pop the ball or a cushion between your knees, or for this one it could even just be a folded up towel. So we're going to keep the ball between the knees. If you're using a towel for a head support, just pop that out of the way. Walk the heels a little bit closer to your bottom than you normally would from the previous exercises. And from here, we're going to go into our spine curls. If you've done any yoga before, it's very similar to a bridge, but we're going to do it with a little bit more control over the lower back. So from your neutral position, you're going to tuck under your bottom, and we're going to peel up through the spine, one vertebra at a time, until you get to the point where there is a straight line between your knees, your hips, and your shoulders. When you get to the top, take a deep breath in, and breathe out as you come back down. One vertebra at a time, all the way down, and get to the bottom. And off we go again. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Engage, tuck your bottom under, and peel up through the spine. Now the whole time you're doing this, try and keep a bit of a squeeze on that ball or towel. Breathe in at the top and breathe out to come down. Sometimes you can feel this gets a little bit crampy in your hamstrings. If it is, you might want to remove the ball and do it just keeping your knees hip width apart. Okay, last one. All the way up. Breathe in when you get to the top. And breathe out to come down. Okay. Right, now this time we're going to go all the way up. Keeping a squeeze on the ball, we're going to lift the right heel 5 times. So toes still on the floor, but the right heel lifts and lowers 5 times. Okay, now the other side. 4, 5, and come down. 1 vertebra at a time. Right, last one. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Tuck the bottom under, peel up through the spine, get to the top, and this time we're going to squeeze the ball 10 times between your knees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. And relax. Okay. Pop the ball to one side. We're done with that for now. Okay. Come onto your side. And now we're going to start with the beginnings of a plank. So, on your hands and knees, we'll start off in the box position. So, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll just take a couple of cat-cow stretches just to loosen everything off. So from here we're going to breathe out, tuck the bottom under, arch the back, and breathe in as you stick the bottom out and raise your head. And again, breathe out, and in. And again, breathe out, and in. Now we're going to come to a point where the back rests so that it's completely flat. Imagine you could rest a tray of champagne on your back. Now from here we're going to tuck under the toes, okay, and all we're going to do is just hover the knees a couple of centimetres off the floor, okay, and come down. So make sure you're using your tummy muscles during this. We're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Engage through the pelvic floor, through those lower abdominals, and hover the knees. 3. And come down. Okay, so as the knees hover, Your back should stay straight. Okay. Now, you can either keep practicing this in your own time, or you can join me for doing a minute of level 1 plank, but a minute broken up into 10-second sections. So we end up doing a minute of perfect, rather than by the end of the minute you're kind of hovering and you've lost your core and everything's gone to pot. So it's harder than it sounds. Tuck under your toes. Make sure your back is flat. We're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Hover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, sit back on your heels and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back onto all fours, tuck under the toes. Breathe out, engage and hover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sit back on your heels, stretch. Back to your plank, tuck under the toes, tummy engaged, pelvic floor working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Toes down, we're halfway through. Back to box, toes under, tummy engaged, pelvic floor working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And shell. 1, 2, 5. And box. Tummy engaged, pelvic floor working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shell. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready for the last one. Tuck under the toes, hover the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, and relax. Right, now from here we're going to come down onto our tummies. Okay, if you've got a towel with you, just pop it under your forehead so that you've got a little bit of space for your nose. Now you're going to have I'm going to speak talking to the side, but you need to have your forehead down and your nose pointing down. Your arms need to be by your sides. Okay, palms facing up towards the ceiling. In this position, you're going to tuck under your bottom, just trying to draw those lower abdominals away from the mat. And from here, we're going to breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're going to wrap the arms in, pulling your shoulder blades down towards your bra strap. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to come down. And again, so breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, pelvic floor working, lower abdominals drawing away. Fold the arms in, pull the shoulder blades back and down. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to come down. And again, breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, engage and fold. So you're turning yourself into an arrow or a dart. Now, if you're finding that exercise okay, you can then take it a stage further. So this time when you wrap the arms in, you're also going to hover your head just a couple of inches off the mat. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to come down. So tummy engaged, pelvic floor working. Breathe out to lift. In to hold. Out to come down. Now the area where you feel this working should be more about your shoulder blades and the muscles around your shoulders than it is your lower back. Keep your chin tucked in so that your eyes are looking straight down, not out in front of you. Okay, last one. And down. Sit back on your heels and come into your shell stretch. Okay, now from here we're just going to finish off with a mermaid stretch. So both feet round to the side, one hand down by your feet. We're going to bring the other arm up over the top and stretch. Getting a lovely stretch through the ribs all the way down. Okay, bring the arm down, bring the feet round to the other side, and we're going to take the arm up, over the side, and down. Okay, so from here we can come up into standing. And just get ready for a final roll down now that everything's been loosened off and your tummy muscles are all fired up. So we're going to breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Engage. Nod the head forward. And peel all the way down. All the way down. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Re-engage, tummy working, pelvic floor working. And come all the way up. And we're done. Thank you very much. See you next time.